Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to show you how we answered the question above, which was which Virginia areas had a death rate higher than 2 per 1,000 in August. So to do that, I am going to go up to this code block. And so I had written most of this code for you. But what I was asking for was for you to fill this line, this empty filter line, to put something in this function that would allow you to filter only for Virginia areas with a death rate above 2. So to do that, we're going to put in 2 filters here. So state double equals Virginia, and then the Virginia area with a death rate above 2. And so that column that contains the death rate for August is D 2020 08 30. And I'm just going to put greater than 2. Save that and run it. And it's going to spit out the answer to the question, which is Gallic City, Emporia City, and Northampton. So you can go ahead and fill those out. One thing that you, I'm going to show you a couple additional methods for filtering, and you don't actually need to do any of these things. You can just watch along with me. What I'm trying to do is give you a sense here that, I'm showing you some of the basics, but there are more you can do with filtering as you go deeper and get more advanced. It's good to know that some of these things exist. Generally speaking, if you think I'd like to filter based on, say, states that start with a certain letter, or all of the counties in Maryland that say are above a certain size. All of these things are possible, and it's really just a matter of knowing how to search for it. So I'm just going to give you a couple examples. So we're going to start with a new code block here that I'm going to create, and you can just watch me here. And again, these aren't things you really need to know to be able to do right now. I just want you to see that they're possible and how they exist. Certainly if you wanted to try them out, that's fine, but they're not required for this lab. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new object here called test filter. And I'm going to start with COVID County monthly case rate. So, and then, and the thing I want to do here is to filter for, in this first example, how to look for just the things that are cities in our data frame. So in some cases we have counties, in some cases we have cities, as we just saw in Virginia, maybe I just want to examine things that contain the word city. So for example, what I might do is do filter on county. But instead of doing something like double equals for county, and then filtering for the word, say city, if I were to run that, I'm going to get 0 rows. What I really need to do here is to be able to say, give me all of the county columns, all of the value, all of the rows in our county field, which is here. That contain the word city. So to do that, I'll probably do something like this. So string detect. So string detect comes from a package called Stringer, which is part of the tidyverse, and it's for working with what are called string functions, working with text. So string detect, the column that I want to detect some text in would be the county column, and the pattern I'm looking for is the word city. So I'm also just going to filter for counties or places that contain the word city. And then I'm just going to print it out so we can look at it below here if we want to too. Okay, so when I run this, we can see now all of these places that have city in the name are returned. So we get, there's 8 places in our data that have city. That may be because I use caps. So if I did city, now we see I've got Baltimore City. All the things with lowercase city are returned in my data. So this is a slightly advanced form of filtering. I can also do, when I'm using the string detect method, I can also use what are called regular expressions, or regex. This is a more advanced way of searching through text. So if I wanted to find things that started with city with a lowercase c or a capital C, I could do city. This pipe here, this vertical line, it stands for or. So I'm saying look for lowercase city or uppercase city. And now it's going to return 48 rows. I get all my lowercase cities, but I get all my uppercase cities too. Similarly, we might do something like that with state. So I could do show me Maryland or Virginia. So show me all of the Maryland states or Virginia states. And it's going to return all the Maryland counties and all the places in Virginia as well. So again, we're just learning these things. These aren't things that you need to be able to reproduce for this lab, but I just want to give you a sense that there's more that you can do out there. For pretty much all the concepts I'll be introducing, there'll be more advanced methods that may be useful to you as you go. Okay, I'm going to stop the video, and then you can just keep going down the lab.